Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Jonnica. I'm from the North Valleys Library, and Theresa is with me. And we are attempting to make our first virtual follow-along program featuring our NV Maker Lab. So we thought this was stuff that a lot of people are going to have the ingredients for at home, and that you won't have to go and wait for a special delivery of anything. So this is all kitchen science. And so we're going to make some sugar scrub today out of kitchen ingredients, following a recipe provided by Pam, who is also one of our team members at North Valleys. And we hope you'll be able to follow along. So Theresa and I are complete novices at doing any kind of web-based filming, so bear with us. Oh man. Okay, so we're going to use some household ingredients. Theresa, would you be able to Vanna White your ingredients as I go through them so people can see what we have?
I can.
So for a simple citrus sugar scrub, we are going to use 1 cup of granulated sugar. All right, we're also going to use 1 tablespoon of lemon zest or other citrus such as lime, orange, or grapefruit. And I think, Theresa, did you say you have a grapefruit?
I have plenty of grapefruit because when I got my grocery order from Smith's, they mistakenly gave me a bag of grapefruit instead of a bag of oranges. So we're going with the grapefruit this week at the Trainer household.
Awesome. Well, I have some almost going bad lemons, and then I have some also almost going bad clementines. So I'm going to see if clementine, I don't know, we'll see how that translates, but they need to be used. So it's a good way to use up our products that are going bad. We are also going to use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or other citrus, again, like the lime, orange, or grapefruit. So after zesting, we'll be able to use those citrus juices. And then we had a lot of back and forth with Pam about this one, Theresa. Coconut oil. Did you end up with some coconut oil?
I did end up with coconut oil. I did.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I did too. We debated on whether or not people would have coconut oil at home readily available. And we think maybe nowadays there's a lot of this stuff in our kitchens. She did offer that there are other substitutions. Maybe olive oil would be okay if you're going to use your scrub, I think, fairly regularly and not let it sit for too long. So
avocado oil.
And oh yeah, avocado oil. Yeah. So those are pretty common these days. So feel free to try a substitution. Maybe let us know in the comments if it worked for you or not. No optional vitamin E oil for us today, but you can add it in a 1/4 teaspoon. So we're going to use a non-reactive bowl, which generally means not metal. So I picked a clear bowl so you can see what we're mixing. Theresa, what do you have?
I have my good old-fashioned Pyrex measuring bowl. I use this for almost everything that I do in the kitchen. So, from baking cakes to making cookies, this is my go-to bowl.
I have one of those, but all of the markings are rubbed off, so it doesn't really do me any good anymore.
Yeah, mine's all mixed on the inside from mixing.
That's probably why my baking doesn't always turn out too well. All right. I got some other basic things. So my measuring cups, little measuring cups, my measuring spoons. I'm going to use a little mason jar cup and lid to store my sugar scrub in. I think as long as you can seal it tight, anything will work. Theresa, what are you planning on using for yours?
Well, I'm pretty well stocked out here with mason jars, so I wasn't sure. I have like 3 different sizes of mason jars.
Look at you, the homesteader. Oh, and I also have my zester.
Oh yeah, I have one of those too. Yeah.
Online, and I don't really like it, but it'll do the job today. So I think if we're ready, let's move on to our next phase, which is to start combining our ingredients. What do you think, Theresa?
Sounds good.
All right, let's see. So according to our instructions from Pam, we are in a non-reactive bowl. We're going to mix together the sugar zest and juice. Oh, and oil. Okay, so let's start with our sugar, zest, and juice, and then we're going to add our oil 1 tablespoon at a time until the consistency is what we desire. So the oil is the last thing to add.
Okay.
So we're going to use.
Here's our first clue then. So Jonica's already done this, so I think she was the smart one. But my coconut oil is still solidified, so if we have to have it liquefied, I'm going to step away and pop it into the microwave for just a few minutes to get it soft.
Excellent.
So
while you're doing that, I'll show people how I tried to do this.
Be right back.
Dipping my spatula in yet, but what I did was try not to make y'all seasick here. I found a pot and just filled it with some hot water from the tap, and then put my jar inside there for it to soften up. So hopefully when I go to add my oil, it'll work. So in the meantime, go ahead, while Theresa's softening up her oil, we are going to portion out 1 cup of granulated sugar. And we're going to go for 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, or again, another citrus such as lime, orange, or grapefruit. What do you have at home, and what are you guys trying to use? That would be fun to know. Let us know in the comments. And honestly, I don't know what a tablespoon of zest looks like, so I think I'm going to start with just a whole zest of a lemon here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of my clementines and see if it smells good. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Theresa.
Thank you.
How did that work for you?
It worked great. I got my oil melted, and I have it in another, look at that, Pyrex measuring cup. I have lots of these, so.
How did you do that, Theresa? Did you spoon some of the solid into a mixing bowl, and then how long did you put it in the microwave?
I just microwaved probably, well, it turned out to be about a cup. I just scooped it into a small glass dish, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. It's not completely smooth. It does still have some like chunks in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it does still have some chunks in it, but I think it'll work.
I think so too. It should be fine. So I think I have about a tablespoon of zest.
I do as well.
I'm going to just kind of go with that.
And it just goes in the bowl, correct?
It just goes in the bowl with your sugar. And then we're also going to add our juice. Now I realize that as much as I thought I had all my utensils here, I forgot a knife. So I will return in just a moment. Theresa, they're all yours.
Okay. So just go ahead and slice your fruit in half. And if you have a juicer, go ahead and use that. I have one, but I didn't get it down. But if not, you can just go ahead and squeeze it. How much juice did we need?
We need 1 tablespoon
of
lemon juice or other citrus oil.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what she said. I've got all this on my phone here. Let's see. Okay, so we've got our sugar, zest, and juice. So now we're going to add oil 1 tablespoon at a time until your scrub is the consistency you desire. But this is a good time to talk with the kids about measuring. We do a lot of steam at the library when we're able to, and one of the things that we run into a lot, even with some of the older kids, is they're completely unfamiliar with the concepts of measuring in the kitchen. So it seems simple, but this is something a lot of kids don't get to learn unless you're pointedly thinking about it. So this is a great thing to do with the kids. And
so I added just 1 tablespoon to mine, and I like the consistency of it. I mean, what is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be, so that our viewers at home know, is it supposed to be like juicy? Is it supposed to be like,
you know,
like,
I think, yeah, I don't think you want
wet sand. Mine feels like wet sand right now.
Yeah, mine is too. It's kind of clumpy. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to stick my hands in it and see what it feels like. You don't want it too liquidy, I don't think, because over time that oil, if you let your jar of stuff sit, and I can tell you this, because at one time I got this for birthday and Christmas, and so I didn't get through it fast enough. One of my jars started to separate. So I think the more oil you have in it, the more likely you are to have it. So you know what's so cool? Look at this. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, but all the little zesties in there. Do you have that, Theresa?
I do.
It's got these cute little zesties. I like them.
Because I don't know if you can see it, but yeah.
So yeah, I kind of like mine. Now I ended up adding about 3 tablespoons to mine. So, you know, it's kind of fluffy, but not liquidy. So let me go back to my instructions here and see if we need to do anything else. So according to Pam, once we find that consistency that we like, we can place our finished scrub into a small mason jar. So it was that easy.
Wow, that was.
I think we might be done with it.
Super simple.
Theresa, how's your jar looking?
You know, my jar actually filled up. Look at that.
Mine did too. And
Yeah.
I think this worked out really nice. Hopefully I have enough oil. I'm a little nervous on that, but we'll see. It looks good and it smells good. You know, you could make this for your neighbor, maybe put a little care package if you have one of your neighbors that's elderly and can't get out as often as maybe some of us people who are a little bit younger. I'm not that much younger, but you know, a little gift like this with a bow. Theresa, you're so good at packaging things. I can imagine what yours would look like.
Well, I don't have a piece of material with me right now, but and most of you probably already know this concept, but I'll demonstrate it with the Kleenex. The lids, they come into 2 parts. So you just take the disc and you put your piece of material over the disc, of course, and then you put it back in. And then when you put it on your jar.
I have a piece of paper towel. I'm going to try and follow along.
Yeah. It looked really great with a piece of cloth. You can also do
But right now, paper products are worth more than cloth. I think.
Yeah. And then once you're done, then you would just trim it up. And then you would have a beautiful piece of material or cloth or anything decorative that you could put in there. You can even just use a piece of plastic to put in there just to make it a little bit more decorative. But there you have it. And then a little label or just right on the top of the lid. And sugar scrub.
That is so cool. So thank you all. Please let us know what you think in the comments, and hopefully we'll be back to do more of these projects with you later. Have a good day, and if you get bored after this, go ahead and check out some downloadables or go to our story times at 11 and 4 on our Facebook group. All right, Theresa, I'll see you later.
See you next time. Bye, everybody.